You're tuned in to 105.1, the music must love the shows, and V 105.9, the vibe, Dothan, Alabama. Thank you for tuning in to the lunchtime show with your girl, the church secretary. We got some others going to be joining us here shortly. I think I'm a little loud, but I'm adjusting. So thank you for tuning in. Hey, make sure you call a friend, call a neighbor, and let them know that the lunchtime show is on. Y'all like our new little song? The lunchtime show is on. So make sure you download our app. That's Knox Media Group. Had a lot of people. I had a couple of people actually out and about this weekend asking, hey, what's y'all app? They still had the old app. So make sure you tell a friend, tell a neighbor. Our app is Knox Media Group. Download our app. That's in the Play Store, the Google Play Store, as well as on your Apple device. So make sure you go to Knox Media Group. And also, you can follow us on Facebook. That's Knox Media Group 1051, the music muscle of the shows. And you can also follow us on V 1059, the vibe. YouTube. Make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe and like. And that way you can see all of our videos, all of our shows, any type of posting we do is always going to go to our YouTube page. So make sure you go to our YouTube page. That's Knox Media Group. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Amazon Music, Twitch. You know it. We got several different platforms for you to follow. So make sure you go to all our different platforms and also follow us on all of those pages. But make sure you leave us a comment. Let us know some things you'd like for us to talk about, some other things that you would like for us to do in your area. We got a lot of things coming up. If you have a public service announcement, you can send those to info at knoxmediagroupinc.org. That's info at knoxmediagroupinc.org. So you can also send those to us. And if you would like to be one of our sponsors of the lunchtime show, hey, or Knox Media Group, the radio station, so we can continue to do things in our area for absolutely free, please call us at 256-712-2888 and make sure, hey, if you out at businesses and you say, hey, what radio station are you sponsoring right now? If they don't say Knox Media Group, say, hey, tell them, ask them to be one of our sponsors so we can continue to do things for in our area, like remembering the veterans and Thanksgiving in the Park, and where we give back to our youth. So make sure you get with your different businesses that you go and do business with, car dealerships, your restaurants, whomever they are. Make sure you ask them if they're being one of the sponsors of Knox Media Group, because you know how we do it. We're from the north to the south, and we want to make sure that you are part, that your business that you actually patronize with is part of our listening audience. So make sure you do that and continue to, I can't express, making sure your friends and loved ones download our app. They can listen to us no matter where they are, whether in South Alabama, North Alabama, overseas, wherever they are. We still, you know, you can still listen to us, but that's Knox Media Group. So make sure you pass that app along, because I did have a couple of people. I know I had a couple of people this weekend say, hey, I can't get you on the app anymore. And I assisted them. And so the app is Knox Media Group. So make sure you do that and keep it locked in to the baddest radio station, because we always, always trying to find a way to give away something. So you make sure you do that and keep it locked in with us every day on the lunchtime show, where there's the old school preacher, the church secretary, the choir president, and the church announcer. We're all here, just here to help make your day go by even better and better and better. If you're interested in ordering any t-shirts from Your Life, remember we make 3D t-shirts. We do embroidery. We do DTF, any type of printing on your t-shirts. We do pillows, blankets. You dream it, we make it. Cups, mugs, hats. You dream it, we make it right here in-house. So all you got to do is call us. Again, that number is 256-367-0887, and we will get all of your things that you dream about come to reality. So we'll get those things done for you. And if you're in the Dothan area, and you know we have all types of things going on. So if you're in the Dothan area, listen to our commercial. Here's one of our commercials for S&K Mortuary at 1039 North Rain Street in Dothan, Alabama. Go over and see. We have several licensed funeral directors. We have several specials. So make sure you do
At
that.
S&K Mortuary, we understand that every life is unique. Our dedicated team is here to provide compassionate, personalized funeral services that honor your loved one's story. Because when it matters most, you deserve care you can trust. Call us today at 334-792-4141. S&K Mortuary, keeping memories alive.
Mortuary mission is to help families cherish the memories of their loved ones and celebrate the unique lives they lived. S&K Mortuary, keeping memories alive. S&K Mortuary, keeping memories alive. We turn moments of sorrow into opportunity for remembrance, connection, and healing. Our commitment, walk alongside family we serve, ensuring loved ones are celebrated with dignity, respect, and love. S&K Mortuary, keeping memories alive. S&K Mortuary, keeping memories alive.
All right, that's S&K Mortuary, keeping memories alive. I was reading in the news. Have you ever like kept a secret from your family, friends, or whomever, based on you didn't want to be judged on it, or you didn't know how they would think of you, or whatever? I mean, you already know some things you like. I just can't do it. Well, in the news, Donald Trump's niece, she's a um, psychologist. I'm sorry, not a psychiatrist, a psychologist and an author. Her name is Mary Trump. She announced earlier this month, that she secretly got married, and her wife in October of this past year, and she basically felt compelled to share. Now, Hope, due to recent national horror, she didn't really want to share because of she didn't want to go her family judging her or saying anything about it. But she said her wife, whose name she did not want to disclose, but she described her as the love of her life and her best friend. But she announced this yesterday, actually, January the 11th, reported by outlets, People Magazine. The news of the same-sex marriage kept quiet for a few months because she did not want to gain attention and did not want to hear the ridicule of things going on from her, you know, from her family. So she basically, she had did same sex marriage and basically did not want, the ridicule of the family being ridicule or anyone saying anything based on, because, that was one thing that President Trump, he didn't agree with, or, so basically she didn't want to deal with that, the ridicule of that. But she is actually, you know, she was Trump's niece, and she just basically did not want to have the ridicule of all of that based on the same sex marriage or anything. So that's basically what happened on that. But have you ever been in a situation with family members or whatever that actually had something, going on? They had a secret and you just did not compel to want to talk about it. Well, it happens all the time. But we're going to take us a quick look break, but make sure you call a friend, call a neighbor, and let them know to tune in to the Lunchtime Show with the old school preacher, the church secretary, and the choir president, and the church announcer. We'll be right back, guys. played it. It was on the email.
Yeah.
I played it.
Okay. So you go to break.
I-
All right. Go to yeah. Go ahead. So I can look at. All right. No, you ain't on Riverside. That's not the where. Okay. So pressure's gonna hit you up in a minute. And then what you do is once you hit up, you hit this, and that'll bring both of them right there. But just hit that right there, cause she off right now. But she should be coming on. She said you sent her. Did you send her an invite?
I did.
Through here?
I did.
Okay. Yeah. I gotta send Russ. Did he send a link so I can send him their money?
I don't remember.
I got them $5,000 now.
I don't remember. All right, you tune in to 105.1, the music muscle of the shows, and V 105.9, the vibe, Dothan, Alabama. I am back. I am back. I'm back. And it looks like Precious joining me. All right, Precious, you're there.
Hey,
Hey. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How
All
are
right.
you?
I'm good. Y'all tune in to the lunchtime show with the old school preacher, the church secretary, the choir president, and the church announcer. So you tune in to 105.1
The music muscle of the shows,
and V 105.9.
the vibe.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Precious, earlier I was actually talking about I don't know if you read in the news about my title I came up with. Have you ever kept part of yourself hidden, or not because it was wrong, but because you didn't want to be judged?
Have you ever
Kept a
had
secret,
your-
kept
kept a
something,
secret?
kept a
from-
hidden of yourself, not because it was wrong. Sometimes, a lot of times, people keep it from other people because it is wrong, but because you didn't want to be judged on it.
I definitely have done that. Yes.
Well,
I think everybody has done that before now.
I think so too. Because actually, Trump's niece, she married a woman
Okay.
back in October. Never said anything about it. One, she didn't want to be judged on it. She definitely knew how her uncle felt about it. same sex marriage, but she just came out on yesterday and spoke on how she married, the same sex, and she married, that was her best friend, and she's always loved her. So,
And so this is a secret that she's been holding back from her family for
well, they
some
just
years.
they got married in October, but they've been together for years.
Oh wow,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's oh wow.
yeah. So,
But how could I don't see? Well, I guess you
go
can't
ahead.
hold that secret back. But for some years, I know somebody in the family had to know that she was dealing with the same sex. There's that train.
Well, I mean, it could have been, I was thinking, I said, well, maybe she was doing it because she was shamed, um, or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know if it was that she was shamed or it was just about survival. She just didn't want to deal with the repercussions of the United States basically knowing how her uncle felt about gay marriage, or she just didn't want, to be in the public's eye.
Okay, but now that you're out, so now you fixing to have to deal with it. You're fixing to have to deal with this stuff now, but because you have it out there now. I mean, you're married now, and you don't publicly put it out there, so now you have to deal with this type of stuff. So I don't see why. I don't know. I guess I can't um, put myself in her shoes because that's something that I would never do. But to be in a relationship with somebody for so long, for that many years, somebody in the family had to know that she was in a same sex relationship with this woman. I mean, did I wonder if she just not never go around her family.
Mm.
Um, but that's a secret that definitely uh, had to hold back for a long time and just publicly come out in October and marry this woman. So
Yeah. I just look at it like this, especially with it being his niece. She's being gay, and how she kept that part to herself private for so long, and regardless about being politics. It
right,
just, I guess it just hit. I hit because a lot of people hold things, and I think a lot of people hold things basically because they don't want to be judged. And she never did say why she held it for so long or whatever. But I think it was just because, because a lot of us know what it feels like to edit ourselves. It's basically just because, to be accepted.
right.
So she was just holding. I just feel like she was holding back because she just, still wanted to be accepted by her family, still wanted to be accepted by society, and I think everyone that has done that or held something back basically do it, um, for different reasons. Is they already shame, or they know they're doing something wrong, or some people do it because they just don't want folks in their business.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons I was just gonna say. A lot of people don't want to put their business out there and want people to know exactly what they have going on in their lives. But once you actually get it out there, now you have to deal with those um, repercussions on how people are gonna treat you or how people are gonna act towards you. And so you think back like, okay, should I have um, held this secret for so long? And now that I'm putting myself out there, I'm fixing to have to deal with it now. So how do I you get what I'm saying? Like I don't
Hmm.
held it back for so long. Now that I'm actually putting myself out there, should I have went ahead and
I'm one of
you
them
know
kind of people. If you gonna hold something like that, you might well take it to your grave. Especially if you worried about what somebody gonna say. You know.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
because some
That's
folks,
true.
you know, some folks stay quiet about who they love and all that. I mean, people stay, you know, they stay tight, quiet about money being tight. Um,
But this is my thing too. If you really really truly love someone, why hold that as because if I was in a relationship with somebody and I feel like that I have to hide them, then I truly feel like I don't really love that person because it's like why do I have to hide my relationship?
well, I mean, some people hide it for different reasons. Just, you know, some people hide it because, well, first of all, it ain't theirs. You know, it ain't they man or they woman, so therefore it's hidden.
But
And
not
then you,
even in that. Not I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying if I know that I'm with somebody and I know that that's my guy and I'm not worried about him being with anybody else that I know for a fact that this is my guy, but I have to hide you. Like I don't feel like that's uh, a real relationship, or I truly don't love this person. Because why do I have to hide my relationship if I truly truly love this person?
yeah.
That's how I see it. So
Yeah. I mean, I just know people do things for different reasons, but it's just, you know, it's hard. I guess, you know, a lot of people look at celebrities, and this lady may not even consider herself, Mary may not consider herself as a celebrity, but people all the time, I'm gonna just say people in general. I'm not even gonna go with the Trump situation. You know, I just think back about people just pretending everything is fine, but it's
mhm.
not. I mean, people do it every day. You know, people walk into their work or walk into home and they don't really communicate or say anything about situations because they just want people to think that you know, they're fine.
Right.
And in the midst of everything, a lot of people are having breakdowns or mental breakdowns every day over just some of the simplest things, but they don't talk about it because they don't want to be judged, for one. Two, they don't talk about it because people that may not be in a may not have ever had a part in that situation and can't even, they, you know, they give an opinion, but they, I mean, you ain't never been there. I feel like you can't give an opinion on something if you ain't never been in that situation. You
No,
can tell
no,
me
I
what
don't.
you think, but I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
can.
you can give me a true experience and say, hey, yeah, I understand, because you don't understand.
Right. I feel like I can. I feel like you can give your opinion on something, but I feel like I can't exactly tell you exactly what to do if I have never experienced that.
Hmm.
But I feel like you can give your opinion on a situation. You could tell them how you feel, but as far as saying like, "Hey, I don't been through this and this. I feel like this is what you can do to help." Whatever the situation is, um, that's different.
Because, you know, a lot of times, you know, people walk into church all dressed up, hands lifted, still feel like they can't be that real about dealing with things. Seriously. And then, you know, you be out there and people always say, hey, just be strong. Sometimes the strong folk get tired of being strong.
That's right. You're
So,
exactly
you
right.
know, I go back to the situation with Mary Trump, which, you know, the Bible does teach us same sex is not, it's not right. So you can love who you want to love, but same sex marriage is not biblically right. So therefore, I don't know if she didn't want to be judged on that aspects of it or what it was, but at the same time, she was fighting with some other stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we always, you know, you got to just allow people to have that space to be honest. Because
That's
sometimes you
right.
have to let them have, have that space and be honest with it, and then you can always come back and tell them what the Bible say or your opinion. But so many people can't express themselves because they don't want to deal with what somebody else got to say about them.
That's true.
You know.
That's true. Hmm.
So y'all open up. So put on our social media pages. We got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Amazon Music, Twitch, YouTube, definitely go out there and tell us, why do you feel like so many people basically cannot, why they hold stuff in, why they in silence. And a lot of people, if you're just joining in, you probably want to know how we come up with this topic. Basically, we were sitting there. People do it every day, first of all. And second of all, I was reading in the news where Trump's niece held off with telling anyone that she had been married to another woman, that she was married. I won't even say, because the title the subject did not talk about to a woman. It just said that she was married. She didn't tell her family or anyone that she had been married. What's some of the tea you got going on down there in Dothan, church announcer?
It's cold this week.
I believe it's cold from the north to the south. 'Cause,
It
yeah.
is really cold. And when I walked in the office this morning, I was like, oh my God, I should have left the heat on the weekend. But it is 49 degrees
Oh, wow.
today. And tonight it's going to be 32 degrees. So it's going to be really, 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 really cold.
You know what?
So,
You just said it's 49 degrees in Dothan. I
mhm.
I very seldom hear us saying that it's the same temperature from the north to the south. It's actually
So,
40. It's 49 degrees here in the shows area today.
oh, wow.
And yes, and tonight it will be 24 degrees.
Oh, so it's going to get a little colder.
But
Colder today.
tomorrow it's going to get up to 60 again and back down to the 30s at night.
Okay. Tomorrow here is going to be 58 degrees
So
tomorrow.
you see, it's
And still.
basically on the same wavelength. So it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna get back up, but on Wednesday it's gonna be rainy. Thursday, for the rest of Thursday it's gonna be 39. It's gonna be the high, and Friday be back up to 51. So we on that yo-yo weather right now.
Oh, yeah.
Um, you never know what's gonna be, what is gonna be, and what is not gonna be. But it is interesting that the weather is practically the same um, from the north to the south.
That's very rare.
Yeah.
Very, very rare.
So what else
I
you got
am
going on?
I am looking at the news. I see here it says for talking about Mr. P. Diddy. It says Diddy is officially parting ways with one of the most recognizable symbols of his bad boy empire. Recent reports from Business Insiders confirm that the music more make sure I pronounce this right, because the old school preacher gonna talk about me if I don't pronounce this word correctly.
What you got? What you got? What you got? So he finna parting ways with somebody.
He's fixing to part ways, and said he quietly finalizes the sale of his luxury Gulfstream G550 in October 2025, while the specific sales price remains under wraps. Industry's experts note that comparable to the 2015 models with similar custom finishings typically fetch between 20 million and 30 million on the open market. So says the Love Air era is over and Diddy part ways with 30 million jet while serving time behind bars.
So he's basically overall they're saying he's still making money.
Still making money while he behind bars, but he's definitely sitting. He's parting ways with that. So I thought that was kind of interesting um, about
Well,
Diddy.
this weekend, Indiana and Indiana played in the bowl this past weekend against
Mhm.
Oregon.
Mhm.
The score ended up being 56-22.
Mhm.
So looks like Indiana will be playing in the championship game
With Miami.
with Miami on the 19th. So that's next
Mhm.
week. So they'll be playing in the championship game on next week. actually, I think that's going to be kind of interesting because I don't remember. I wonder when was the last time that Indiana went to the championship game.
Oh no,
Because
I
I,
have to look that up because I think it's been a minute since Miami been in the championship. Um, I'm gonna see if I can find that. But
yeah,
I know
because
this
I
is
was,
it's gonna be a very Miami's that weekend is gonna be Miami is gonna be packed. There's a lot of things going on that weekend.
yeah, that's
So
that's MLK weekend.
right, and then they have a lot of artists that's gonna be performing on that weekend in Miami. And then I know around that area it's gonna be Battle of the Bands. It's gonna be
Okay.
that same weekend.
So it's a lot going
So
on.
it's a lot going on in
This
Miami
is
that
the
weekend.
first time that Indiana has ever been to the championship,
Oh wow,
and Miami's first time since 2002.
wow.
So basically, the teams have only played. Um, so Miami has only played in the championship twice prior to that. That was in 1964 and 1966. So
So
this is
this is
yeah,
gonna be very interesting.
yes. Um, so both of the teams, I mean, they done did something big for the schools. So Miami and Indiana, they're scheduled to play in the college national championship game on January the 19th, marking their first championship meeting and only their third time ever to play. So
Oh wow.
yeah, but Indiana came to play this past weekend. The score was really it was 56-22, and I think a lot of people actually thought it was going to be a little bit closer in the game, but it wasn't. So the Hoosiers football team came to play and came to represent this past weekend. So it's kind of exciting to see two new teams actually going into the playoffs because it's normally Alabama, but this year
Yep.
it's not.
Yep. Normally
Nope.
Alabama, but yeah. So
So
that's gonna be a
it's
very
going to
very
be
exciting game.
quite interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think more people is going to actually watch it due to the fact that both of teams are new into the championship. I know a
Mhm.
lot of people got a lot of asking for a lot of sponsorships for those games based on football pools, but
Yeah.
they call them sponsorships. But if you would like to be one of our sponsors for Knox Media Group, please give us a call at 256-712-2888. Knox Media Group got some great packages, great sponsor packages that you will not want to pass up. They will not be around for long, so make sure you get with us very quickly. And if you out and about at one of your businesses, just ask them, hey, would you like to be one of the sponsors of Knox Media Group? We're a 501c3, and we want to keep free things happening in our areas, whether we're in North Alabama or South Alabama, because we are always doing something free. We do Thanksgiving in the Park. We give away backpacks to the students, remembering our veterans through music. So all of those things cost us, but they're free to you. So make sure you go and ask some of your businesses to make sure they be a sponsors of Knox Media Group. Um, Looks like former Lauderdale County judge is requesting a new trial after he was convicted for misuse of products. So he's requesting a new trial. This was actually done on last week. He's requesting a new trial. Now he's requesting a court to set aside the verdict and grant him a new trial. His motion claims that the court erring and denying his motions to dismiss the indictment and the case, and the state failed to prove the judge committed the crimes listed in the indictment. So he is actually asking for a new trial. So we'll see if he'll be getting that new trial. Um, coming up. Never know.
All right. And also, was reading about a pastor, Geno Jenkins.
Mm-hmm.
So he drags Trump to the pulpit and back in virus a sermon. So it says Pastor Geno Jenkins is back on timelines after a sermon where he dragged Donald Trump straight to the pulpit and walked him all the way back out. No hesitation, no soft language, just classic Jenkins says what a lot of people whisper and doing in front of the church and on the internet at the same time. So for anyone unfamiliar, Jenkins has been a quiet preacher. He founded his church in the early 80s and built into a global ministry known for strict holiness teaching and a confrontational style that doesn't bend for culture, celebrities, or politics. Over the years, he's gone viral more than once for checking entertainers, challenging mega church pastors, and calling out what he sees as fake righteousness. This moment fits right into that legacy. Say in his sermon, Jenkins called Trump an orange pervert and a lead head, accusing him of turning the White House into a house of confusion. He framed Americans as upside down and said the problem isn't just one man, but a country willing to excuse behaviors depending on who's doing it. And according to Jenkins, in a Democratic did half of what Trump has done, the outrage would be nonstop. But because it's Trump, people twist themselves into knots making excuses.
Wow. So basically, he done did a whole sermon about Trump.
A whole sermon about
Surprised Trump didn't close his church down.
You never know. Once he gets a hold of that, he probably will. And says Jenkins also went deeper by confronting racial and religious diatribes head on. He rejected the idea that all Muslims should be deported because of the actions of a few and compared that thinking to the racial logic used to justify violence against black people. He also
Wow.
condemned statements painting salami people as garbage, calling them lies rooted in hate and fear. And his point was simple and sharp. You cannot claim righteousness while judging whole communities based on stereotypes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he just don't. He went up. He's been going. I mean, he's been saying a lot towards different people. Said the
Oh,
smoke didn't stop with Trump. He also unloaded on Congress and even fellow preachers, accusing them of being scared, compromised, and more confused on protecting themselves than standing for truth.
mm,
He described politicians as being controlled and silent, unwilling to represent the people who put them in office. For Jenkins, silence in the face of injustice is its own kind of sin.
wow.
So yeah, he's been going against not just Trump. He's
People
been
in
going
general.
and people in general. I've
Wow.
never heard of this preacher though.
I hadn't either.
Geno Jenkins.
Geno Jenkins. I'm about to look him up.
Look him up. Yeah.
If you're just joining us today, we actually started our show out with talking about why people hold things and don't talk about them. Why they stay quiet on situations. And basically, the conversation came in from, I was actually read an article about Trump's niece, who's actually got married and did not tell the family, but she got married, but it was a gay marriage. But she just basically, she didn't say why she just held it in so long. Hiding, I look at it as hiding who you are to avoid judgment. I just think that's basically why people do things like that. And basically, saying, have you ever kept something about yourself hidden just so you won't be judged? I think that's it.
Yeah, I think everybody does that though. Everybody has a secret where
You know,
they keep.
past mistakes. It could be past mistakes, financial hardship, mental health struggles.
Can be a lot of different things.
Yeah.
that people hold
Opinions.
back.
Opinions, they go against the room, you know. I mean, it's just, if, I just think about it, if you want to be honest, people, we have to be, we have to have a safe space, and don't worry about what people going to say about you, who you are. And if you're doing wrong, you already know people going to judge you, which is wrong, definitely wrong. Um, we shouldn't be judging anyone.
Right. And I got a question. We're gonna put this out. Should children of the king speak to everyone? Chime in with your responses, and you could win. You can be a winner.
Okay, children of
So,
the king. Say that again.
should children of the king speak to everyone?
Children of the king. What
Should
king?
children of the king speak to everyone?
Oh, you talking about like if they, of royalty? Is that what you're saying? Hello?
You said of royalty?
I mean, you say king, king. Like if they're royalty, or just children like our Lord and Savior King.
Our Lord and Savior King.
Should we speak to? Yeah, you should speak to everybody. I think
Okay,
so.
so that's a question for that's a question for everybody. So that let them they can chime in and they can win a prize.
All right, guys.
So
So get on our social media platforms and put your opinion out there. Should children of the king speak to everyone? Put it on our social media platforms. We're located on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Amazon Music, Twitch, and YouTube. Make sure you go to our YouTube page and subscribe. That's Knox Media Group. And the church announcer just said, should children of the king speak to everyone? Is that right?
that's it.
All right. So
That's it.
we're gonna get that question out there. So make sure you comment and let us know, should children of the king speak to everyone? Um, that's
And you can be a winner.
You could be a winner of something coming up. But I just think, I mean, my opinion is yes, you should speak to everyone.
That's my opinion as well.
I like to watch those Daремar shows. I don't know if you ever watched those.
Never heard of that. What is that
It's
about?
some little clips that come on about life. They actually air on Facebook. My kids say I done turned that into the Facebook. Um, that's
And
I
what's the name of it again?
I think it's Daремar or something like that. It's a little segments, and it be things like that. Should you speak to everyone? It be segments of people treating homeless people bad, and then turn around, the homeless person may be the person that have to help you. It just be
That's
different
right.
little
Okay.
clips. My kids say I done turned that into the TV. They think I watch him so faithfully. I think he should give me a prize, because I literally watch him all the time, because I just think they're just good clips, and it shows about depression, it just life in general, things like that, and people and I look at it all the time, because people are always so judgmental of different things that you're doing. No matter what it is, you could be walking, a homeless person could be walking down the street, and then turn around, that could be you.
That's right.
I mean, life changes just that fast. I think
That's why you
about
gotta learn how to treat people. You gotta watch how you
treat
treat
people,
people. 'Cause
treat
you
people the way
never
you
know.
want to be treated.
That's exactly right.
That's how I try to live. And I know I get attitudes, I get upset with different things, but at the same time, I feel like I have a forgiving heart. But the biggest thing, a lot of people don't forgive. And that's one thing I always try to tell people: no matter what you're going through, you're never too big or too strong of a person not to forgive someone, because I would hate to die knowing I did not forgive somebody, or if I have malice in my heart and dislike people. And people grieve. That's a grieving point. People grieve themselves to death and would
That's
die. And I just wonder if you have a heart attack in your sleep or something. and you went to sleep that night mad at somebody or disliking somebody just because you felt like, I see it more with children and parents. You didn't feel like they raised you properly, or they gave you up for adoption. I feel like sometimes if a parent is in a bad situation, they give a child up, and because they want better for that child.
Right.
You never know why they doing things the way they doing.
Right.
But the kids, they feel like they can't forgive the parent, and or something like that. It's crazy though.
It's sad, but it's true.
Hmm.
It's so sad and it's true, and it shouldn't be that way. But people make things
Difficult.
difficult, exactly, when it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, and then a lot of people, they make judgmental. They think that's normal,
Right.
and then they silence because of trying to survive. People gotta stop. They must just be honest and not be fake.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And again, if anybody need any funeral services, check out S&K Mortuary. We're located at 1039 North Rain Street here in Dothan, Alabama. We are running a special right now where it's $39.95 for a complete service. Yeah, a complete service that is including your casket as well. You can't beat this price, y'all. So, and then we also have our cremation special starting at $13.99. So that's a special. This is an offer that you do not want to miss. So give us a call today at 334-792-4141. Or again, you can stop by our office at 1039 North Rain Street here in Dothan, Alabama. And one of our licensed funeral directors will be happy to assist you. And if you cannot come to us, we can come to you. That's one of the convenience that we have for you guys. So if you need any funeral services, we would definitely be happy to assist you during your time of sorrow. And
All right,
also, if
guys.
you need any T-shirts, Your Life Remembered, we're here. We can do any T-shirt needs. If you have a family reunion coming up, we have graduations that's coming up, birthday parties, anything of that nature. Your Life Remembered will be here to assist you with your T-shirts. We do all of our T-shirts in-house, so reach out to us. We can definitely help you with any of your T-shirt needs. We do embroideries, we do cups, we do programs, we do fans, we do buttons, ribbons, uh, blankets, whatever you guys need, whatever it is you dream it, we can make it over at Your Life Remembered. So reach
All right,
out
guys.
to us, guys.
All right, guys. So y'all heard it live. You dream it, we make it. So y'all make sure y'all do that. And yeah. And also make sure you go to our Facebook page. It's already posted. It says, "Should children of the king speak to everyone?" Chime in with your response, and you could win a prize. So make sure you do that. Go to our social media platform and make sure you go ahead and do that. So reply and you can win a prize. So make sure you do that. You know how we like to give away things. So go to our social media platform now. And should children of the king speak to everyone? So go to our social media platform and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Amazon Music, Twitch, Spotify,
Facebook,
Facebook.
YouTube.
We have several Facebook pages. So make sure you go to Knox Media Group 105.1, the music muscle of the shows, the 105.9 page. And please go to our YouTube page, subscribe, leave your comment on today's question. And the question is, should children of the king speak to everyone? Chime in and let us know what you think, because you could win a prize. And you know how everyone like to win something. Some people say, "I don't want to win that." Yes, you do.
Yes, you
So
do. Everybody want to be a winner.
yeah, so make sure y'all do that, and also put on behind your post hashtag winning, so we'll know that it's about our question of today. So go to all of our social media platforms and make sure you respond. Yesterday we did the Scoot Challenge at church. It was pretty interesting. We did that and it was pretty fun. Have you seen the Scoot Challenge, Precious?
I seen it. I definitely seen it. Y'all did a good job. That was my first time seeing it. Um, with the church doing it. So y'all did a good job on the Scoot Challenge on yesterday.
Yeah. So, guys, make sure y'all follow us on all of our social media platforms. We got to get ready to get out of here. We got a busy day. But make sure y'all keep it locked into the baddest radio station from North Alabama to South Alabama. That's 105.1
The music muscle of the shows,
and V 105.9.
the vibe. Dothan,
All right.
Alabama.
All right, guys. So we're going to get out of here. But make sure y'all go to our page and do what we just asked you to do. And let us know, should everyone speak to the king? Should children of the king speak to everyone? So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and do that. Follow us. Be with us tomorrow, the same time, same place. And that's 105.1
The music muscle of the shows,
and V 105.9.
the vibe. Dothan, Alabama.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.